Dad? Are you still working? Your business trip is done after today, right? Are you on your way home yet? I'm your child, aren't I, Dad? Like, your real kid? No matter how I think about it, I can't see how it could be any other way.
Alina, what on earth are you talking about? Did something happen?
One of my mom's friends said something kind of weird to me. It was Miss Hannah.
Miss Hannah? Are you talking about that woman that lives on the first floor of our building? She's kind of a rude lady. Is that who you mean?
Yes, that's her. The tall lady.
What did she say to you? Tell me everything.
She said that I'm not really your daughter.
She said that?
It's not true, is it? I'm really your child, aren't I? I mean, I'm your flesh and blood, right? I'm not adopted?
Of course you are. Alina, I've talked to you a little about this before. Before your mother passed away, she and I did have some problems starting a family. We had to do fertility treatments to have you. We wanted you so badly.
Yes.
Miss Hannah is somebody we know, but she isn't a close friend of ours. She probably just misunderstood how things happened. Don't let her get to you.
That makes sense. That's a relief. Thank you, Dad. I'm glad I could ask you.
But I can't imagine why she would say something like that to you at all. If it's okay with you, I can talk to her about it. We can clear up any misunderstandings.
Well, it's about Mama.
Oh?
I tried going to her first. I was crying my eyes out and I told her what happened. She was pretty mad about it. She said she would go explain our family situation before any weird rumors got started.
Did she go to Miss Hannah's apartment?
Yeah, she already left.
Oh, I see.
Do you think it's going to be okay?
I think it'll be fine. There are a lot of people who have lived in that building for a very long time. Most of them know our story already. Miss Hannah and her family just moved into the building about 6 months ago. I guess she thought it would be better to go ahead and talk to them about it now to avoid any trouble in the future.
I guess so. She seemed pretty upset.
When they first moved in, we made an effort with Miss Hannah and her husband. We sent them some messages on WhatsApp and tried to welcome them to the neighborhood.
Really?
They wanted to get everyone's contact information. They were going to introduce themselves. Plus, it's good to have everyone's information in case of emergencies. It's a small building, so we have a tight community here. To be honest, I haven't really spoken to them since then.
I don't think they see you very much. I'm not surprised that they don't text or call you. There's not really a reason to.
I'm a little bit worried about Mama, though. I'm not sure she should have gone down to Miss Hannah's apartment. I'm still on the train on my way back from DC, and it'll be a while before I make it back to the city. If it seems like there is going to be a problem, let me know. I'll talk to Miss Hannah and see if I can clear things up for her.
Got it. I'll let you know. Thanks, Dad.
Excuse me. This is Alina's father, Keith, is it not? Yes.
My name is Hannah. I live in apartment 105. I believe we've met before.
Oh, yes. What can I do for you? Let me guess. I think perhaps this is about my daughter.
Oh, I see you've already heard.
Yes, just a few moments ago, she and I exchanged a few messages. I'm not sure exactly what happened or what your intentions were, but I'd like to clear something up. Alina is my daughter. She's my actual daughter. We do share DNA. I would appreciate it if you don't tell her such strange things in the future.
Oh my goodness. Are you for real? You haven't figured it out yet? Are you naive or just dumb?
What are you referring to?
Oh, what could it possibly be? Let me think. Maybe you should have a little chat with your wife. You might find it enlightening. She came to my door and I let her know what would happen if she came back. I said that if she bothered me again, my brother and his friends would come pay her a visit and make her regret it.
What?
I let her know that back in the day I hung out with a rough crowd. My brother used to hang out with those kinds of people too. He was one of the heads of a gang. You wouldn't want to make him angry. Trust me. You don't want to find out the hard way. Dad, you have to hurry. Will you be home soon?
What's going on?
Mama came running back as fast as she could. She was crying.
What happened?
Miss Hannah slapped Mama right in the face. She hit her hard.
She slapped her.
She wouldn't listen to anything Mama had to say. She didn't want to hear it. She just yelled at her and hit her. Right now, Mama is icing her cheek. I think it's helping a little, but the inside of her mouth is cut too. She's bleeding a lot.
What on earth is going on?
Should we go to the doctor? I feel like we should go.
That might be a good idea.
There's that little office near the house. It's an urgent care, I think. The one with the older doctor? Should we go there?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I want to get this documented by the doctor in case we need proof. Tell Mama and the doctor for me, okay? I want a note from him detailing her injury and pictures. After that, I don't want you to go back to the apartment. I want you to go to my parents' house, okay? Stay with Grandma and Grandpa for now. They'll keep you safe.
I understand.
Tell Mama for me. I'll be there as soon as I can. If you need me, you can call me. I will watch my phone.
Okay. Hey, you! Don't quit answering me in the middle of a conversation. That's rude.
Excuse me. There was a bit of a personal emergency that came up. I had to attend to it.
A personal emergency.
When my wife came to talk to you, you hit her. Why did you do that? Please explain yourself.
Oh, that. I did it because she needed a good slap. She earned that one, and I've got another ready for her if she needs seconds. The nerve of that woman. Coming to my door and trying to talk to me like that. How dare she? Now listen to me, Keith. You need to give it a rest.
What are you talking about? Who do you think you are?
I'm talking about your little secret. You know, Alina's father. Her real father. You and I both know that my husband is her real father. It's so obvious. I told her Keith isn't really your daddy, Alina. He's not your real father. All I did was tell her the truth. She deserves to know. She's old enough. Let's be real about this. Why pretend any longer? Think about it. My husband and your wife were having an affair about a year before Alina was born. It's absolutely true. Obviously, he's her real dad and not you. She married you and told you that you were Alina's father. But look at her. She doesn't look like you.
I see.
If you didn't know about the affair, then it's your own stupid fault.
Excuse me, Hannah. My wife was never pregnant.
What?
I only met my wife 4 years ago. We got married 2 years ago. I'm her first husband, but I had been married before. I had Alina from my first marriage. My first wife had her before she passed away. That's who Alina looks like. She's the mirror image of her mother. My current wife has never been pregnant before.
What are you talking about?
Alina really is my daughter. My wife is Alina's stepmother, not her birth mother. She's been fantastic, and Alina is happy to call her mama. But she did not give birth to my daughter.
Her stepmother.
This may seem a little silly and obvious to point out, but if you are talking about a year before Alina was born, you are talking about 16 years ago. Way back then, I was married to Alina's mother. I mean her birth mother, not my wife that you know right now. I hadn't even met my current wife yet at that point. I was happily married.
Wait, I don't understand. What are you saying? Alina is 15 years old? How is that possible?
Yeah, she is. She'll be 16 in the fall.
But I overheard her talking about how some of her classes and exams were going. She was talking about school.
She's been taking some practice exams. She starts taking the SAT and the ACT next year, and she wants to do dual college enrollment her last few years of high school.
I thought she was talking about her test for middle school graduation.
So you mistook her for a middle schooler? She's much older than that.
Yeah, I did. I had no idea.
I know she's pretty petite for her age, so she looks a little younger than she really is. But haven't you seen her wearing any school t-shirts or maybe her soccer uniform before? They have her school name on them.
Honestly, no. I sleep until about 10 every morning, and then I'm at my job when kids are coming home from school every day.
I see. I guess I can see how you made the mistake.
But that doesn't matter. I'm absolutely sure that my husband was having an affair with your wife. I'm positive.
Are you talking about right now? They're having an affair now.
Yes, I'm sure of it. When we moved into the building 6 months ago, they bumped into each other again. They're back to seeing each other just like they were before. I may have been wrong about who Alina's father is, but this is something I am absolutely sure of. I can't be wrong.
Do you have some kind of evidence?
Yeah, I do. I've seen them together a bunch of times. They both work in that building next to the 8th Street station. I see them leaving the office together all the time. Even when they're supposed to be working, they're out walking around together.
How often have you seen them together?
Every single week it happens at least 2 times. He always tells me he had to put in overtime or he had to go out with some coworkers.
That's a little strange.
What is?
My wife doesn't work with your husband. She works at the accounting office just across the street from our apartment building.
Are you for real? How is that possible?
Yeah, she's an accounting specialist. She's been working in the same building for years. She doesn't really have any reason to be all the way over on 8th Street. I don't think she goes over to that part of town much at all, and I would probably notice if she did.
You're lying.
Can I ask you something, Hannah?
What?
You said the 8th Street station, right? When I think about it, my wife's cousin works over that way. She uses the 8th Street station every day.
Her cousin?
I think I know what happened. Let me explain. My wife and her cousin look a lot alike. They have very similar faces. They even wear their hair the same. I think you may have mixed the two of them up.
Are you serious? This is so confusing. I could have sworn it was her.
But Hannah, I have one more question. Aren't you having an affair too?
What? Where did that come from?
You're seeing your boss, aren't you? I mean the manager at the shop you work at. Isn't he the real father of your little girl? She's about 6 months old now, isn't she?
What?
I think you're seeing what you want to see because you're going through the exact same thing right now. I understand that you had a mistake, but you've put my poor family through hell because of it. You've hurt my wife and my daughter. I can't forgive that.
What do you mean by that? Why would you even say that? How would you know?
Your husband, Jack, hired a detective agency. That's what they dug up.
Huh? A detective agency? Like a private eye?
To be totally honest with you, I've already spoken with your husband. He saw what happened between you and my wife, and he saw you hit her. He reached out to me immediately. He told me a lot of interesting things. Jack and my wife's cousin both started their jobs at the company at the same time. They have a lot of work and sales calls in the surrounding area, and they were partnered up together because they started at the same time. But they don't have a relationship outside of that.
What? It can't be.
But it's true. They keep records of all their sales calls, and the company keeps up with what time they leave the office and when they arrive at the customer's location. It's part of the company policy to ensure prompt service. It's a shame that just because you saw them out together, you assume they were having an affair. You can't always jump to the worst conclusion. And since you thought he was having an affair, You decided to get back at him and have one yourself. The first man you could find was your manager at the shop.
I don't know what to say. I'm in shock. I just knew I was right. I was so sure.
I know it's a lot to grasp. There are too many people involved, and it's so complicated. But it's important to understand. I'll break it down for you. First, no one is having an affair except for you and your boss. That's it. Second, the only reason any of this got out of hand is because of you. You misunderstood what was going on, and you only made things worse. That's exactly what is going on here.
You can't be serious.
I'd like you to go back and read all of the messages we've sent today. Read them 2 or 3 times if you need to. It's important that you understand your situation.
Do you think it's okay to talk to me like that? If you try to threaten me or talk down to me, I'll tell my brother. He won't be happy to hear it. He'll show you. He used to be king of the streets.
Yes. So you're the little sister of the king of the errand boys?
Huh? Errand boys? I said streets.
Do me a favor and stick a knife in that guy. I still owe him that. Mr. K was saying how the guy running the streets and the guy running the errands for the guy running the streets aren't the same at all.
What? Mr. K? You mean the Mr. K? The guy they say is the toughest, the scariest, the best ever? He was one of the most dangerous men out there. No one wanted to be on his bad side.
That's what they used to say, yes. It's been a long time since anyone has called me that, but yeah.
Keith. Mr. K. What? Oh no! Wait! I'm so sorry! I'm sorry!
The very next day, Hannah was handed a stack of divorce papers. She took the baby with her when she left. It turns out it really wasn't her husband's baby after all. He wasn't too happy to find out about it either. When I finally made it home, I saw Hannah as she was coming down the building hallway. She shrieked the minute she saw my face and took off running the other way. What a rude woman, am I right? Because of the affair and how long it had gone on, plus the baby belonging to someone else, the courts decided that she wasn't going to be getting child support or much alimony from her ex. I also planned to sue her. She had attacked my wife and harassed my daughter. We never even had to go to court. She agreed to settle. She didn't even try to fight it and had the money for the damages wired to us the very next day. My wife and daughter both thought it was a little odd that Hannah was so quick to pay up. They expected her to try to fight it a little, or to at least make us take her to court. I just laughed and told them that she must have really regretted it. I'm sure she did, too. Just not for the reasons they might think. These days, I hear Hannah is having to work day and night to get by. She stacked part-time jobs on top of each other. I've heard a rumor that she's fallen into a lot of debt to make ends meet. I can't say I feel sorry for her.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button for more great content. Thanks for watching!